I love champagne and a bubble bath.
Welcome back. Today, we're going to take a look at the private and personal spaces Marilyn Monroe loved. Her bathrooms. Yep, her bathrooms. The most photographed woman in the world had a favorite hiding place. It wasn't a mansion in Malibu or a penthouse in New York. It was a bathroom. Any bathroom as long as it was hers and hers alone. This was her safe place. And the reason goes all the way back to a foster home in Los Angeles and a bathtub full of dirty water. Before she was Marilyn Monroe, she was Norma Jean. And Norma Jean did not have a home. She had 10 of them. 10 different foster families before she was a teenager. Shuffled from house to house across Los Angeles like something nobody wanted to keep. In one of those homes, the family was so poor they could not waste water. Saturday night was bath night. Everyone used the same tub, same water, all 8 of them, and Norma Jean was always last. She would speak about it years later.
I never minded coming last in these families, except on Saturday nights when everybody took a bath. Water cost money, and changing the water was an unheard of extravagance. The whole family used the same tub of water, and I was always the last one in.
She never got over it. When Marilyn Monroe became the biggest star in the world and she could have anything she wanted, the one thing she kept going back to was the bathroom and her bathtub. She would run a bath hours before she was supposed to be anywhere. She would pour perfume into the water and stay in it until the water turned cold, then drain it and refill it with warm water and pour more perfume. And just stay there for hours. She wrote, "I keep pouring perfume into the water, letting it run out, and refilling the tub with fresh water. I forget about 8 o'clock and my dinner date. I keep thinking and feeling far away." Her psychiatrist described her as a woman who had been deprived of a childhood. She struggled with anxiety and depression and insomnia most of her life. The bathtub was one of the few places Marilyn Monroe could actually be still. And Hollywood kept putting her in water. The shower scene in Niagara. The bathtub in The 7-Year Itch. The midnight swim in Something's Got to Give Her last unfinished film. They filmed her in bathrooms because she looked beautiful in them. And then there is the story, and whether it is completely true or part legend, does not really matter that Marilyn bathed in champagne. 350 bottles to fill the tub. Think about that for a second. A little girl who bathed last in dirty water that 8 people had already used grew up to fill her bathtub with champagne. She was not being extravagant. She was proving something to that little girl, that she would never be last again. When we started putting this video together, we tracked down as many apartments and homes Marilyn lived in as we could and gathered images of the bathrooms in those places. The tiles, the tubs, the tiny sinks in the apartments she could barely afford early on. The apartment she shared with actress Shelley Winters. Then the bigger ones. The one she shared with Joe DiMaggio. And finally, the ones that came with fame. Some of the most iconic photos of Marilyn in bathtubs and bubble baths were not taken on a studio set. They were taken in her real apartments and real bathrooms. She invited photographers into the one room most people keep private, and she made it look glamorous. That's where she would stay for hours. It was her safe place. Well, we hope you enjoyed this take on Marilyn Monroe. Thanks for watching Tesla Time Travels. We hope you enjoyed it. If you are like us, then you know every place has a story. Hit subscribe and come find them with us.